And you did a good job of that, making everything count. But now, we don't have all the children and all the things that we used to do here. Ever since we were 25, we started helping people. All our homes, somebody else in some fashion. All the way to all our lives.
And at 80, we're doing the same thing.
And so, that made, you had to make good of what food I could bring there, what food come in. And so now, you're still trying to do that. Now, I appreciate you putting up them collards and sweet potatoes. I deep freeze in this shape now. But it ain't like when we had to do it because we had a lot of people, you know. But now, just trying to use wisdom. Don't be like the hot grass house the other end. Put stuff up. So it's gonna be a bad day. I had some bad days when I was little. I don't think I never saw no bad, but we come up with nothing much, so we didn't know what we were missing. We didn't know what we were missing, so we appreciate every little thing we got. Like if somebody come by and give us a rabbit, whole family, appreciate that. But it is so springtime, it snowed, and Mama, she did the best she could to make things work. She would do like the rest. She did anything and make it stretch and make it big. So one time it got snowed in, and it stayed snowed in about, I guess about 2 weeks. And we ran out of food and we're too full in town, we couldn't walk. So I thought about, well, there's some turnips out there, and if they went and ate, some rutabaga, we had done ate the turnip. And so we were sitting around there and didn't have no use, so I went out there, got me a hole, I raked snow was probably this deep. I raked snow back till I found out where some of them rutabaga roots were. I dug them things up, get them in the house. Mama cooked them, made a meal. She didn't know I could find them, didn't know that I went in there and see it. And so everybody, we didn't know what we was missing, so maybe we just appreciate what we could get. And so Carrie and all of them, they enjoyed that too. Enjoyed what we could eat. So we come up, that's what a lot of times people they can see how much they miss because they've been used to something, but we wasn't used to nothing much. We had to make it with less all the time, but we appreciate what we, and the family stuck together because all that went up. So John, he did what he could. He used to go out and hunt, and I'm going to get a rabbit or squirrel or something. He kept on until he got old enough, and he got a job, and he started working to put a little money in the house. So I went out hunting and doing what I did thing. So we survived like that. We didn't have a lot, but we made use of what we had. And I was the type, just give me a chance, that's all. When anybody else could do it, I could do it. When I went in service, the same thing. Give me a chance. And I guess that was enough. And that was too. She helped give me a chance. Yeah. But I had some good days. We enjoyed some things. So what we did, we didn't get to no movie and no video games and all the things.
No video games. Actually.
What we used to do, we'd make us some cotton balls and sew them up together and soak them in some kerosene. Have a whole lot. And on Friday night, I was there, we go out and firefight. We light them up, some of the women, boys, what we used to could do. We go and get them in a big old field, and we let one another know, where we're going to meet. We light that thing up and throw it. And see, it won't go out. It just be a ball of fire in the air going, and we throwing them at one another. And so the other man close out, you got to pick it up and throw it. We got to keep it going, you know. Don't want to set nothing fire. Keep it going. Sometimes we throw that thing and catch a good, hit sock upside the head and set a hair on the fire. She got to run down here, but it was fun. We was having fun, boy. And we used to do that every evening or Friday evening. Go firefight. We look forward to that. Big gang I'm going. So I used to have to make the ball. But we had to have fun the best we could. And I had one guy one time called Titus Turner. Now he used to be one of my friends, but he was always strong. He always gonna catch you behind your back and get you and gonna give you a chance. But if they give me a chance, they couldn't outdo me. So one day, them both were putting down big poles, you know, where you ran a telegram wire, you know, across your property and across somebody's property to get to where it was going. I think it was going from the railroad over to the gravel pit somewhere. So they had left a big hole. They see now you could sue them people. They can't do it. They left a big hole about this big around in the field here. Dirt piled up where they done dug that thing. That thing was about deepest from the top of this thing because they had to put them poles in there, see. So later they were going to put the poles. So old Titus, he come over there. So, yeah, we go across. So I can do something you can't do. He gonna get out in the hole. But what he did, I wouldn't get out. If I get out in the hole, I'm gonna get out with my arms up. You know, he wouldn't put both arms down side of him and jump down. He jumped out the hole. And then you look at me with the white eyes. I ain't know how to get him out that hole. We didn't have nothing to hold on to, but it just could touch his head. And he's looking up at his white eyes. But, Lord, okay, we had some trouble times, though. Now, what the world? Now, he didn't ask me nothing. He just went ahead of me and jumped that hole. I know he was good when we got out. I don't know how we got there. I think he was going to get some help. Because he was heavy. When he jumped out of that got a shanked him, you know, he wedged him. Both hands downside him. The boy. So we had to get that dude out of there. We got a lot of things. My brother, he always thought he could see Hanks. He always thought Hanks was out. And I ain't never thought no Hank out. I check out anything they think of Hank. So he told me one time, that lady had died for they told me. We come out there hunting us one night. Boy, he come running. I was coming from work somewhere. He come running to me. So you saw Hank, so you saw Miss Lyra, the woman that died, you know, she was wearing one of those bunted hats. He saw her out there and said somebody was rallying money out there. You know when people say rallying money, that's a Hank, you know. That's supposed to be them Hanks, somebody done kill them, you know, to hide the money out. So he come to me and said, yeah, there's Hank out there. He described him to the T. He told me just what it looked like. I said, I know it was something if you saw it like that. So I said, let's go back. Boy, he didn't want to go back. I said, show me where it was. He didn't want to go, but he stayed behind me. He had his gun now. He stayed behind me. We went on out there. And it was getting dark. It was getting dark then, dark in the world when he saw it. So he said, you here? So I said, I heard it. So I said, well, we going to find out, you know. So we went on a little further, and waited. One little further. So what he saw, see, long back there, them people used to build a thing on a hog hog neck to keep him getting out. There'd be a crossway in it, and then two things they put on his neck so he couldn't get out. But see, that hog had got out, and when it was a cow back over there had a chain on her leg, you know, they used to have to put a chain where they could tie him out. So the cow didn't have to just step up that chain route, you know, the chain dragging the. And so when I looked, I saw that thing, that was the hog, and when you make note, when you out there, that hog gonna look straight at you, you know. And so that made, when the thing looked straight at it, it did look like that woman had a head on her head. It did look at that body looking straight. So we had to check that out. So I went on up there and showed him. But if I hadn't did that, he'd have been, from that day on, he'd been telling a story about that hang. So that was one, yeah. Another time, him and brother was awesome. And he come across Mr. Bennett Bryson. Yeah, what he was cleaning up new ground. He always clean up new ground, make a bigger field. So we have more room than farm. So they come across there, and they come running, boy, at night. I think with gators and boots, some more, boy, they had flashlights going on and off there running. So they come there and took me some man up. I saw a bear out there. That bear, when I see them old folks, you tell them stories all the time about bears and pandas and tigers. So he said he saw a black bear out there. The thing hit them square. He said his eyes were red, he hit them square. When they were running, so I told him, now you ain't no bear, so let's go back out there. Boy, they did. That was an ugly wood talking about they went back out there. So I said, let's go back. We went back across there. We went across that field, and what they showed me, the thing did look like a bear. And then what it was, but Benny had to set a stump on fire, tried to burn it up. And the stump had burned till it was black, smoked all over. But it was 2 sparks of fire went out. And the 2 sparks of fire was about the distance of somebody's eye or something eye. And when you walk up there, you see them sparks of fire look like some eye. And so that was what I went up there and kicked it. And showed them this smoke and stuff went all everywhere. I said, now they was more than one that saying that. That was true. Well, that was I always try to prove ain't no hang. So but one thing you did when I used to ride my bicycle at night coming from town or something going back out there. We had 5 miles going on a rock road. You ride the bicycle, you hear them rocks running around. I had old dog up there. Sometime at night they turn him out. They guard the whole area. And that old dog will get at you, you know, when you come along there. You be at night, you ain't got nobody to help you, you don't know where he gonna be at. So I had to determine whether I gonna run fast as I can, get on that bicycle so I could be done got by him, or either go slow as I can to see that I can when he come out there. So, but every time that dog was scared so bad, sometimes you be going out while you know anything, he right at you, boy. And it'd be at night. You know, I had to do that a lot of times, but boy, I was gonna pedal that bicycle as fast as I could, as far as I can before he come out. And some nights I get by him. So if I left that, a little after that, I got me a car. I never worried about that dude. I would have 2 miles through there. So I had a car one time, and I was coming from town, and the car went dead on me. And I had to walk a long way to get a truck. I left it on the side of the road and locked it up. And I took off walking. And I walked about 4 minutes up there to Chambers. I look back, I see my lights on, somebody messing with my car back there. And so I said, well, I'm going back to see, because somebody messing with my car. So I going back. And I went back, and there was nobody around the car, nothing. I unlocked the car and got in there and turned the light on and turned the key. No, I think it was a starter, you step on. Step on the starter, thing started up and went on home. Now, it went dead, but see, later I found what would happen. What happened on that gravel road, when your battery ain't setting real strong in there, it'll shake, it'll lose its connection. Lose its connection. If it loses connection, everything will go out. But sometimes it'll sit there and it'll jump back. Well, that is like a light bulb. You know, a light bulb, when it go out, it's out, but if you thump it or something, make it shake, sometimes that wire will hit the other and light back up. Well, see, that's what I learned on that thing had battery, because the battery was good, and if them lights come on, that thing was so bright, I thought somebody else's car would come up there in the middle of mine.
But you didn't turn that stuff off?
Huh?
You know, when you left the car, you didn't turn it off?
I didn't turn the light off, no, because everything was dead. See, everything was dead. But the lights, them cars like that, your lights was different from your ignition. Well, I probably had the ignition off, but the lights were dead, so I think, well, when you turn them off, they did anyway. But shoot, them things come back on. You know, we learned a lot from things. I learned a lot about cars too, what you could do and what you can't do. At that time, they had generators instead of alternators. Now they got alternators, and they had carburetors instead of, what you call them thing now? Fuel injectors and all that. And the fuel pump. But I had one car had a vacuum pump. Okay. It's a vacuum. They do it. They like they used to have windshield wipers, a vacuum. They have a vacuum. They work by air. You had to have the hose on by air. But later they put them on where they be electric. Yeah, I had one by air. But I had a lot of things that the boy did for me. But every time I look at start doing something happened. You got to go again. Now one time I was well, when I went to service, well, that was a big setback up. Well, you know, it was some of the things that happened when I went to service. It really was, I guess it wouldn't be nothing, just a story of what, you know, you come through. But I know I probably told you about a time we bust our jug and told Mama that boy did it. Did you hear me tell that? The guy named Square Step. Well, me and my brother John, we had a glass jug. We was going up to the store to get us a gallon of oil, because the oil we had to put in there to have light and things. So, and a glass jug then, that was about like $25 now. More. That jug gonna cost about like a dime. But we had that jug, and we set it down the road, and we got the rocks with the throwing at one another, you know. Throwing, he threw it right. So one of us threw that rock, and that rock going right onto that jug. That jug and busted up. So we didn't know what to do then, boy. We said, shoot, Mom gonna get us about that jug, and why we gonna tell him but? So we decided, as a boy up there used to kind of melt us a little bit, we gonna tell him Square Step chunked at us and broke our jug. And so we decided, all right, we would do so. We told Mama, Square Step was a little bigger than we was, but we told Mama, said, Mama said, we had to borrow a can from Miss Louise. See, Louise had the store, but the Square Step, he chunked that and broke our jug. We was a little heads together. And so we had to dodge Square Step, because the hood was, Ollie Step got him and beat him. He whooped him. He whooped him by messing with us, because see, they all, old Ollie Step, they throw Mama, you know, they always try to do for Mama.
Yeah, you can find that other
Say and so
okay, you done all right. Mom done all right.
And so
Good. Okay. Just a minute.
Go. All right. No, that's all right. No, I just CJ's teacher called, and he just he asked for some grades. He asked for some grades from his biology teacher, and he just called, and then he said his last test was 70. that he just had Thursday, and 2 weeks ago was 72, and I think 6 weeks ago was 80. And so I just asked him what could he do to him, maybe to bring his grades up. And he said, well, all the he said the homework he got, he said really are things based on the test. So he said, but it seems like basically what he does is just try to get it done and turn it in, not to, the ones he got wrong, not trying to figure out what they were and then study the whole thing, to know it. So that would really help. He said, plus he said he's after school every day. He's after school. He said he could stay after school. Yeah, and he said he could, he could help him,
You gonna try to go outside today?
Different things.
Well, I don't know. The day I don't know, I want to get a few things.
Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah. Well, we are. Yeah, so we had her.
All right. Okay.
We had it good.
I'm going to talk to the council. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, good. Yeah, so we don't have time. Well, one thing is still going around. It don't matter. But that turn that was another thing that happened that throw you off. I got put in jail that time. That was another thing. Huh?
Put my baby in jail.
Well, if you go tell the story, you got to say I've been there, done that. So I don't know, none of my children have been just Shirley though. They liked it a lot. They put her in there for a little while. I don't want to know.
All right. All right.
I mean, it might have been one like Matt. Didn't know until later on. Yeah. So, well, he's back on there. I know it's part of recording, but back to what the square step thing. When he heard that he had signed up for the Navy. Well, we was about, I guess we was about 12 and 13, 14, something like that. And when we heard he was going to the Navy, well, we felt we were home free. We're home free now because he at the Navy and we don't know what's going to happen. And so it went on, and I had forgot about him. So one day I was in Port Hueneme, California, and we were gonna go to the movie to see Hazel Scott and Lena Holmes gonna come and perform for these soldiers, sailors there. So we were gonna go to the show. Me and I think Edward Henry at that time. So we went there, so I said, no, see, no, the lights hadn't went out yet, what they do there. You had to turn the lights out for the show starts. I was sitting on the edge of the seat there by the second person from the outside aisle. And so, when I looked up there, I saw a naval officer coming down that aisle. And the closer he get up there, looked like square. It looked like square. No, he was been in the service long time. He had this Navy. He was an officer. I don't know was he an ensign or what, but he had made high. And that me sitting there with my little seaman, second class. You got a little white head. And look, he come there, look, Guyton. That you said, boy, why y'all told that lie on me? Talking about the wasn't right there. Now that fella thought about that thing. I guess it's been running in his mind all of that. When he saw me, when he asked me that, right there, I said, now that's something. I wouldn't think I'd never see him no more. And then he in the Navy, and he's a higher rank than me. And he hear me say that, and then he, I don't know what I told him. I don't know, whatever we got it. But I didn't see him no more. Yeah. But me and Edward Henry, before I left Columbia, Edward Henry, he had a couple of boys. Something we had got into it about Henry. Oh, he was gonna come. They was gonna jump on me or do something. So they told me, where we gonna be at a certain time, that Friday or something. I told him I'd be there. I didn't have nobody with me. But I had my little 32 pistol. I went uptown, I was in town there, a corner where Pearl Till used to have a restaurant. And so I was up there in that corner, so Henrietta's sister come up there. She gave me, what you doing here, so I couldn't give her no word. She tried to get me to go on. I wouldn't leave her there. So I do I hear Edward Henry, and his 3 guys or 4 guys up. Yeah, they come walking. Oh boy, they come to get me, you know. I just stayed right there, right at post. They come almost there and they went back. And that's why here they come again. They come almost there. And they went back. But see, I don't know what I would have did, but I had my pistol. And so the old Pearl pistol. And so they finally didn't bother me, didn't come up there and left. So then, after that, he and I left there and went to the Navy. Well, I figured I ain't gonna see him no more. So
oh, pretty good news.
We got in the Navy. I went in at Camp Sherry. We got in a thing and went all the way through Hattiesburg. We went on to Great Lakes, and I was in training at Great Lakes, and he was in training at Great Lakes. And so, well, I guess I'd have been training for a good while. But that's why I was, I noticed, I said, boy, and they had him put his bunk and my bunk up over. Now, you know they'd have two people to each bunk, one down and one up. Put his up over mine. Now, he had to step on my bed to get up to his thing, or either his ladder. And I didn't want to see him. And so we went on. We wouldn't sit under one another when we had to do. So one day I was on a big bench like this. You could get there and write letters, you know, sit on the bench and write letters. So I was up there to write some letters, and so I needed a stamp. So I just asked the guys in there. I said, "Anyone of y'all got a stamp?" So Edward Henry said, "I got one." I got one. And he got out off his bunk and come to the table where I was brought this stamp. And you needing more. So I didn't send up a while. But then later, we got to talking about back, you know, before we left, sir. And he told me, said, yes, man. So, you know, that's the first time he said he ever got scared. So when he got coming out, he got scared. So he got scared. So he really was scared. I said, well, man, when you get scared, I said, 'cause I was loaded. But he said he got scared. That's why they didn't come on back. So from then on,
Maxine,
me and him got to be
beauty shop.
Talk.
That's the
we got to be
shop
friends.
there, but this more
We got
than
to be friends. So we did. We went to rifle range together. We went to, and we left from there. We went to Okinawa together.
No, I'm talking about Zemo, you know, the guitar lady, that's what I'm talking about.
We used to box. We used to do all things together.
I was trying to see her.
So when he got to leave and come home,
317.
he found his wife
So
cheating on him.
I don't know
and
what.
when he run in the house, then she run out of the house.
I think it's a house number because she was supposed to come over.
She went out of the house. He shot her heel off.
And I got her number.
Yeah, shot her heel off.
But
I don't know how he got out of it down in Mississippi, but then he married again. And he come up here. He was here with us. He's a preacher. He had his own church. He come in and stayed with us a little while. We went to down since we've been out here, and so he made it real good that way. But,
I know she had married again.
We had a lot of things. Then some things happened that sort of throwed us off. Cause I used to work at a Pepsi bottling company, and they had a single machine. It would turn out 1,100 cases a night if you work straight through. So it was 3 of us key people, you know, working running that thing at night.
Okay, then, well.
And so somebody put it out that I had helped kill a soldier or something.
Hello.
And so I didn't know that, but they had to put that out. So, but meanwhile, I was gonna leave and go to service and show. So what? I had a friend working at a service station. You know, gas was rationed then. You had to have stamps to get gas, you know. And so I was telling the guy, you know, I went to the station. I said, you know, I ain't got much gas. I used what stamp I got. He said, don't worry, but I can give you as many stamps you want. He go to the cash register to get stamps. As long as it's been somebody done signed it, you could get it over and over as long as you got the stamp. They wouldn't check it. That guy gave me a handful of stamps. Well, I know it was illegal, you know, so I was going to buy me some gas that I needed. So I went home, I had them stamps. I know that was wrong. But I put them on the corner of the house on them. You reach under there and put it on the block. And so when them people said, I told them people that I had helped kill a soldier, and they had given my car, tag number, and make a car, and they said, yeah, the sister live on the south side. I did have a sister live on the south side. But then when them people come out there after me, I thought they come after me for them stamps. Boy, I was saying to myself, boy, now that boy done really let him got him, he done told about them stamps. And so when they come out of red, he come. I had my rifle. I was through the woods shooting at some birds or something on that boat. And red come running through there. Honey, the white folks want to see you. And then that mama come running behind. They know if them people gonna have something that happen. But mama, she was scared. She come running behind red. Boy, they took my gun to him. Give it to him, let him take it home, so he had to take me in. So mama, she was worried. Red, he didn't know what to do. So I was going on, but I didn't know they had me for them stamps, you know. So when they got out, I said, what y'all got me for? He said, well, it's investigating. They say you was involved with that soldier got killed the other night. Boy, my heart laid down. I know I wasn't involved with that. But them stamps, what I want to get by. So then when they get me in there, they put me in jail, and they didn't have nothing but springs, you know, that on the bed. They didn't have no mattress and all that stuff. They had springs, them old springs straight across them cut. I went there laid on that thing, and I fooled around and went to sleep. See, because the next day I was going to service, I had lost a lot of sleep. So they come and woke me up, and they thought there's something wrong with if he go to sleep, you know, and he in that kind of trouble. So they had a lieutenant or something. He come in, and he looked at me and everything. Said, I don't think this is the one they described, you know, said they didn't describe what me, so put me back in that room, went back to sleep. And so they come back again, and they had somebody else, and they couldn't identify them. After that, my boss lady where I was working now, she come down, she was the secretary of that company, you know, PepsiCo plant. And so she come down and she told them that I couldn't have been the one, because that in particular night they told me, said 1,100 cases was run that night, and said it took all 3 of the key people that had to be there all night to run them 1,100 cases. So I wouldn't have no time to be going nowhere else, gambling and stuff. And they claimed I was gambling, and I got into it with the soldier, and give them so and said, and they give her my car tag number, and her sister lived on the south side. I did have a sister living on the south side, but when I got out, I got out of it, and next day I was going in service. So next day I went in service, but then when I got back, they said it was a lady named Fannie Mae something one said that, but I don't know nothing about her. I don't know how they got that name and got me tied up to do that. I don't know from that day to this what really had that person to do that, to say that, and it wasn't been more true than that, because I didn't gamble, and I wasn't fooling no tablets on the south side, and I wasn't out that night, so there's a lot of things happened. So that's one thing. Then all these other things happened right afterwards, and so. And then Dudley, at the time I tried to do something for his wife, then that's when he got St. Louis. Now we got St. Louis. He was beating his wife, and his wife come around. He said, Dudley trying to kill me. Can I hide here somewhere? I said, yeah, come on. Hit him. And then I was riding with Dudley, you know, to work. So that next Monday, Dudley come and told me, how come you told me that lie? I said, you said my wife and her, she told me she was running in your house when I come around there. Boy, I felt so bad. Now I'm trying to help somebody. Me and we're trying to help somebody. And they done got it, made it all right. The husband went told. See, I said, next time she come around, she got to keep it running. Because I ain't gonna let her in there. Because that was, you know, people take that thing serious. You know, if you his wife now, and you hiding it, then you riding with him every day. So that was one got me. So, boy, I tell you, we had some rough ones coming up. Then when I got to working over to steel mill over there, I was chaining. I was working, trying to make an honest living, and the man that chain swung out and come back and caught me and carried me way up in there. And that man saw that, and he popped the whoop with that chain coming back down, and that thing scared me so bad, because I know if that chain had broke loose, them hooks probably was going to catch me on the chin and just tell you. But I was wearing a Navy jacket, and so got almost back to the ground, and the thing broke. The thing was holding me up, broke. It was just hooking with my coat holding me up. And I fell down on the feet first, right on the side frame, and slipped right on the sand pile. It didn't hurt me at all. Just slipped on the sand pile. But that time I couldn't walk. I couldn't get up. I couldn't. I was just like a lady in this way. I didn't have the strength to walk or stand up or nothing. It scared me so bad. So I had to go on from there. Then I said, all the way. Then next time I was working, trying to make a living, I got caught in that machine. That was in January. That was in March. No, it was in January. January the 23rd. January the 23rd. And so that was about 10 o'clock that morning, so I stayed in that thing about 35 minutes, burning, crushing, burning.
What year was that? What year was that?
That was in 63. And so I had went to Houston, Texas in 62. Took all of y'all. We went to Galveston, Texas, and all that. And but in '63, that's when that happened. So I didn't get unkind. I didn't pass out or nothing. But I knew at that point that I wasn't gonna have my hand no more. Because see, I'd worked on that machine, took it to loot, put together that thing. That thing didn't have no about that much cleanness in that iron, all iron, solid, big iron, hot iron. And so that thing pulled my hand up in there, and the knuckle that there, the only thing keep it from going into that bone wouldn't let it just pull it and flush. And so that thing cooked just like it was a pickled hog feet. You know how like a hog feet look, all the blood out is white. And shoot, it took them that long, and I had to help tell them how to take it loose, because I used to work on it on Saturday. We used to take it loose, but they were trying to pry it loose. There ain't no way to pry that thing with them big bolts and things holding that thing. That thing had bolts in there, you about big as that, holding that thing together. And they trying to pry, they scared. You know, they were scared, boy, people around there. I told them, you might well get the thing and take it loose, got to take this loose before you take that loose. When they took it loose and got me out there, I think Jack Bonner was the one that went with me to the first place. They took me to the company office, an insurance company, something downtown. But when they got there, they said we got to take him to Barnes. So when I left in that ambulance, I mean that thing was hollering. I was thinking, boy, now this, there's no more hand for me, boy. So we went there and got there. So the people treated me real nice there. Really, all the nurses and things. And so Henrietta stood by. That one thing, boy. Every day that it could be there, she was there. Now, I had a room up on something like the third floor, fifth floor, something where I could look down the parking lot. Yeah, I look, I see that black, that Mercury with black top on. I see it be easing in there somewhere, getting no parking place. And she was out there, and the boy, it got so cold. It was so cold, things froze up where, you know, you just had to be careful how you walk. It was so cold. And I look out there. She said she stayed there, closed down. I see it. I look out the window. I see her out there getting snow off the window and something, getting ready to go. One time, I think the car battery went down. Somebody helped her get started. But the other day, every day she was back there. And I said, boy, with the children at home, and what she had to go through, she was back there, but she stuck by all the way. And so I had no way of reason of saying nobody wasn't with me. But when it got to it, and the man from the company, I think it was Walter Vassalo, that was the one where I had to come to church that time. He come in and told him, said, whatever I need, give me what I need and as much as I need. So don't spare nothing. Give me that like medicine and painkiller and the comforter bed and whatever. And so they treated me like that. But then that thing was hurting so bad. They started giving me something they shoot in my arm. In about 3 minutes or 4 minutes, boy, look like you leave the bed. Boy, you get back like that off the bed, and you be feeling so good, boy. I mean, boy, you feeling heavily. And I got to thinking, I said, now that's what dope is. I said, that's what these people get strung out on. So I let them give it to me a couple of nights. And after that, I said, I ain't gonna get strung out on that stuff. I'm gonna tell them. And so the next night, I told the nurse, no, I don't want to. So the next day, the doctor took me off of it. When she didn't give it to me that night, took me off of it. But that following night, that thing started hurting so bad. I told that nurse, I said, give me one of them shots. She said, no, sir. They took it off. I can't give you another shot. No more. That's expensive shots that they have to order. I said, well, I need a shot. She said, well, when you missed it the other night, they said you was gonna. Boy, I thought to myself, I'm never gonna do that no more. But that thing hurt so bad, I told that lady, I said, That thing was hurting so bad I was pointing at it. I was pointing at it. That was it. And so I told her, you got to give me something. She said, well, the only thing I can do, I give you the medicine they prescribed and said, I give you a aspirin on the side with your request. You know, so they ain't giving it there. And so she gave me, I said, whatever, give it here. So she gave me that thing, and I made it through the night, but I was sorry a whole lot of time that I had cut it off, because boy, I was living good, you know, when they went through that hurting. But I made it through that and got to where I was the ninth day I was in there. They said the next day they were going to take the hand off, take that arm off, because they were trying to hit it and got to where it was just like a stick, you know, from the elbow, just like a stick. You know, you touch something, you don't even know it, you didn't hear it. You know, I mean, that's the last time I saw him, but he died.
So that was the day. That was the day you went to your daddy. When?
Huh?
You said that was the day you wanted to see your daddy?
Yeah, that night before they were going to take my hand off. I wanted to see my daddy so bad. I said, boy, if I could just see my daddy so he could witness with me, this is the best thing to do, you know. But I don't know how come I went from everybody else to my daddy, and I hadn't had no daddy care, you know, because they said the last time I saw him, I crawled to him. That was when I was 2 years old. And then after that, in that 26 water, see, that 26 water, it was when he got drowned. But anyway, that night, I couldn't see him. I said, boy, so I decided I'm going to give it up. I just went on and went out there with the other guy that sit in the little lobby where you go when you, after hours, you know, if you want to sit out there, you know where to go. And so after that, I was sitting there, somebody told me, said, come out there. They called me and told me, said, you got a visitor. There's somebody wearing a black suit. I know who it was, that boy. That was P.L. Scott. And boy, when he come in there, he answered for my daddy. He the one I talked to, and he gave me the consolation that I was looking for my daddy. But I didn't know he come after hours, you know, and they let him in. But boy, Bishop Scott have been great to me and things, and whatever he did, whatever he took out time with me, and whatever I needed, and all them kind of things. But I got through it as the next day when they took it off. And from then on, when they got it off and sewed it up and did all that, they left a tube in it where it drained and all that stuff. But it looked like I was going to have another spasm because I wanted to open my fist. You know, it was, I guess it might have been when they sewed it up, it might have been closed to the leader. Boy, I wanted to open my fist so bad. It looked like it was just fast enough. I wanted to open my fist so bad. So one nurse from Peoria, Illinois, she was a little light girl. She used to come. She looked like she was concerned about. She told me, said, "What you do?" Said, "You get like that. Find something else to think about." Said, "Take your mind off it. Find something else to think about." And you know, I found that to work. That way. When your mind's still on there, it's going to hurt more because you're thinking any minute I ought to do it, but I can't do it. You know, when it's going to be, whether it's going to be this year, next year, or something, I need it now. But you get your mind off of it and finally get on off of it, then that thing will minus. It'll minus. Your mind, your thing going somewhere. But I didn't know that would work, but that absolutely worked. And it did that a lot of times since I've been you know, out of the hospital. But now that things started hurting, I just started finding something else to do or get your mind off with it, find something to work on or something until it go away. So that, and after that, it got to where I just figured I could do. I didn't worry about what I couldn't do. I didn't worry about what I could do. And I just kept going, doing things that I could do, and up until now I do the same thing. I just go do some things I could do it. Don't worry about what you couldn't do and can't do. But that's what I said. I like sometimes people they're expecting lots out of you. You know that they don't know that it's a discomfort when you got to change your arm and change for another one. You got to do this, do that. It's a little discomfort that rather than that regular person who don't have to do nothing like that. They can just change clothes and go on and do things on. But see, you have to deal with what you can do. And so I mean, I said I ain't gonna worry about nobody. I want to tell you, you used to do so and so. You letting down now. But boy, I should have been let out a long time if I was the type to let out. But sometimes now I can't do just like I would like to do. Cause no, cause see now. I was thinking about it. Like now, this day, 2 days out of that church, I see the time I'd have been there. But then I started thinking about I done sent up a lot of timber. You know, that's what you call it with the thing. You gotta know when you're getting a hold of it and what to do. You got to, if you can't do nothing but take what somebody got to say about you, if they want to criticize, take it. Just take it. And you might help somebody else by that. But a lot of things you can help other people by. So I appreciate another thing about my family growing up. We've helped people just about all our married life. We've helped people, helped somebody in some way. We shared our food, we shared our little money we had, we shared our house, and whatever love we had, we did it, and we don't feel bad about it. We don't feel that was a road we shouldn't go. I think that was a road we should win and show that we have. And we don't have no problem about distrust one another. You know, when I was younger, you know, I tell you what, when I was younger it was a little different. Now when I got out of service, I didn't trust nobody too much because they was there where my wife was and I wasn't. And everybody know I was way overseas. So one time my wife, we would sit out in Jack's yard as a brother. We sit out there, so some old guy come around with, I don't know, I didn't know him or nobody, so he come around, he said, open cigarettes back there. Y'all have a cigarette? I said, no, I wasn't smoking. I said, yeah, I have one. Now, you did. You said, and she got the cigarette. Now that triggered off something, you know, you ever know something wasn't lit, but that's sparked off and lit. So I told him, brother, you don't smoke. So, yeah, I got it. She took the thing, went on, got it. I said, don't like that thing. She lit it, put it in her mouth. I reached over mother-in-law. Mother-in-law was sitting there. I reached over and slapped her. Slapped her, cigarette and all. I slapped her. And I don't know what the guy said, but see, that wasn't right. That wasn't right. You know, I ain't know how much she knows about him, but I know she was my wife, and I'm home now, and if I said don't smoke no cigarette, don't smoke no cigarette. That was the bottom line when I got home. I don't know what it did for it, but so she didn't criticize me that I was wrong, but I think she started to understand it. And so that was done. I sort of felt sorry about it, but then at that point, you don't know nothing else to do. You know. You know, I was a full-grown man, and I done been through this war stuff and all that stuff, and come home, and then couldn't help but say so if my wife not smoking some other man's cigarette. Now, boy, well, see, but that worked out pretty good. It brought a good understanding. So we went on from there. So there's a lot of things happen. She was good at saving money. I think whatever money I was saving at home. When we started off, we had started off with just that $20 I borrowed from the Red Cross, and that was starting my credit and my everything from that $20. And so when I got back home, come back from service, although I was saving a little money for her to take care of herself and do what she had to do, but she had to save. She had to save some money. When I got home, we had a little something we could call our own, and then I was getting a little what they call it must now pay their little money a month. And so we did pretty good. We got us after that we got us a room with our brother, and we went on Del Mar. We got us the first time in the room and had our own place ourselves. And we had one room, had the room had the kitchen in it, had the stove in it, it had the refrigerator in it, it had the bed in there, and everything, but there was a kitchen there. But we lived some good happy lives down in that time. We did all right there. Another lady was there named Bears. Yeah, Bass. Yeah, Darius Bass. But anyway, her and Henrietta was pretty near the same size. And me and him used to go sometimes to see fights and things. But another thing would happen trying to help. One time when I was working for my family the best I know how, and we went on a strike. Well, I just had got that house on Lincoln, so I needed some money every week and every month space, but laying off wasn't too much good. So what I did, I went to a place looking for a job. So I knew it was on a strike. I had to, do something to strike and everything too. But I went to one place. I went to a place for the plant that make motor blocks for airplanes. So they were making them big blocks there. I think that was I don't remember that one name, but anyway, then I went to Wagner Electric. I put in both places for a job, and then after that, the guys at a place where there's steel plant told me, said, well, we ain't got no labor, common labor. Said we got some open for some burners. Somebody could burn corners off the notches off the block. That's piecework. Many notches you could burn off there and put that aside. Well, that's piecework. I told him, well, I could burn. I had to have some money or something. So then I went there, and they hired me, and I went through and everything, and they give me my torch, and they had a crane to bring over some blocks for me to burn. Boy, them blocks was so hot. Them things were red hot, and then them guys, and they had them big old thick t-shirts, them big old, not t-shirts, sweatshirts, and had a coat on over this. I went in there with my skivvy shirt. I went in there with my, call myself gonna keep cool. I said, man, so you a bun up in there like that, you can't come in here with no, you got to put some clothes on so you can start sweating and help keep you. You said, you can't. I had to go, I went, boy, I had the thing where, and then that fire was sparkling everywhere, and I was trying to burn that thing, and then food around there, and the back end of my hose caught a fire back there. It was burning with natural gas. That's what we were burning with. It wasn't no butane or nothing. It was natural gas. It's like the man in my hose got caught right there. The guy come on and help me to put the hose and tighten it up. And I worked there. So I think I burned. You had to burn by like 5. You burn 5 of them. You're making pretty good money. 5. Some of them guys could burn 10. But I think I burned 1.5 all day. I burned 1. I get that guy to come turn that thing. He said, man, you ain't gonna make no money. I went back the next day, and I think I burned about 2 or 3, and I was so hot. And so the next night, I think Joe Lewis was gonna fight Max Mellon. Gonna fight. Who was that? The last one he fought? Billy Conn or somebody, the last one he fought. So she writes that, took up, I'm gonna go and look at the fight. I didn't go that next night, so I guess I had made about $16. So I went back out to Wagner Electric. I told him, I said, man, I've been
outside. I don't know what y'all had called me or not. I wasn't at home or where I could get a call. I said, I want to know if y'all called me something for a job or something. They said, no, I said, we ain't hiring out there. We ain't hiring out there. I said, man, I need a job. I said, I explained to him about, you know, I had a young family. I just bought a house and my job is on a strike. I said, it ain't my fault, but I need a job. I said, and so the man waited a while. He said, you know what? So I said, I guess you do need a job. I tell you what I'm going to do. So we ain't hiring. So, but I'm going to let you go and take a physical test. And you go to the and come back. Man, they come in, the guy, give me a job. I worked there a couple of days. He said, well, and I went back through the office. He thanked him, you know. He said, yeah, so you know, so you could have a job. Yours ain't temporary. You could have a job as long as we got a company. It's your job. So I worked there about 3 weeks. Everything went good. And so Leonson, I think Leonson himself called me at home. Or was it Wagner? One of them called me at home that the strike was going off on my job and told me, so I was getting a 35-cent raise and I want you to come on back to work. You know, either that Monday or something. And so then I done had this job, so I went back and I told this people that my job have called me back and I got seniority there and they gonna give me a 35-cent raise. So I think I ought to go back to my job. The man said, yeah, you're right. So you go back to your job. Said, but I appreciate you coming back telling me what I'm saying. But if you ever need a job again, you come and see me. That's what he told me. Evidence for coming back, you know, letting them know that I appreciate it or whatever. So I went on back there with Leonce and them, and I did all right. I did all right a while. That was before I had got hurt, you know, a good while before I got hurt. And so when we bought that 54 Mercury, I called myself and going to take my car and look at a car. I want to look at them Mercuries. And I had a 48 Mercury. Me and you used to ride that. We went south and got the red and that thing. And I liked that Mercury. I had lights on my boots, sun visor. I had three-way horns with bom, bom, bom. I got a horn. I had a bird on there. I had a eagle on the front. And I got in my car, drove from the job by there one evening, and I told him I just wanted to look at the showcase and look at the cars they had there. I like that black 54 Mercury with the black top. So I got there and I parked my car and he said, you want it? So you could take one of these new cars for a drive, take it on home tonight. So I took it on home and leave your car and take it on home. So what are you interested in? I told him I wanted a burgundy with the black top, 54 Mercury, two-door hard top. He said, well, so we don't have one today, but we're going to have one tomorrow. We'll have one tomorrow. So take this. I took a yellow one. They had a yellow. So take it on home and leave your car here. So it'll be all right. So I flew right there and took that car and took it for a ride. I guess y'all know. I can't remember now. But I gave it. Then the next day I got from work. I decided I'd go back by and see what I could do. But so they got back there. They had that 54 Mercury shiny, boy, that thing was pretty sitting out there. Here your car, you so much you want. Well, I wasn't ready to really make a deal right then. I wanted to see it and talk to them. So they told me some things they could do and everything. So what I said, and after I signed some papers and everything, they said, yeah, so your car, so you told me to give them papers, get it. I said, but I want to go back to my car and get some things off of it. He said, no, you can't get nothing off it no more. You might get something out of it. He said, anything on it, you can't get off nothing no more. You don't make a deal. That's our car. So you get something out of it, you got some belongings. And I couldn't get my horn, my bird, my mirror, or the thing. So I had to make a deal. So I come on and got in there. We rode that 54 Mercury. So we had that thing. That thing give us some good service. That's when she was driving at the time when I was and got hurt at 54. So we had it real nice. So anyway, I done told part of my story. I got a lot more, but I guess that's about much to tell this
I
time.
didn't know Oscar Jr. was 16 years old when you got hurt.
Well, how old was he? I know it was.
That's what it was.
I know it was 50. It was 63 when I got hurt.
I didn't know he was. I don't know.
63.
Well, how old you when we went over to the store?
Well, you know, Junior was young, cause me and him opened the store up that night.
He had to be about 17 then.
No, he wasn't that old, I don't think, then.
Well, if he was 16 when you got hurt.
How you know he was 16?
I just counted it up.
I don't know, but I know me and Junior opened the store.
So it was in January
We
of
opened the store.
63. Well, January 63.
Well, he was off a little when we went to
15, huh?
He couldn't have been, because, you know, that was just 1 year before when we went to Houston, Texas. And you know, Junior was around there with what you call him now?
Oscar was a pretty good side boy.
Well, you see, Philip
He
learned.
was at least 15.
Philip learned how to walk.
Well, 63. That means I was 15.
Yeah.
I was 15. I hadn't turned 16 yet. I would have been 16 in June.
Yeah. The way you were 16 that same year.
Yeah, 16.
And that made Philip about 14.
Philip?
I mean Eddie.
Yeah.
Because do you remember that day they come over there and he and Lawrence got the rest and broke that front one out?
I do remember that.
I was in the
Well, you know, it was cold. It was below
I was in the
zero.
hospital then.
And he broke that one out. And I told y'all, I want all y'all to stay in the house. I told you I just felt uncomfortable. I told don't nobody go out, just stay in the house today. And Lawrence came over there. And Eddie got up and they went on out. And they got to touch on that front porch and he could do that one. And he had to come down there and fix it. He come down and fix it. I mean, that was a cold day. And I told him, I said, Philip, I said, as bad as I feel about it, I said, I'm over with you. I'm with him. I said, because I told you not to go outside. And, I mean, it was cold. Well, while he was in the hospital, the basement, the pipes in the basement slowed up, and ice was in the basement. We couldn't use the bathroom. We had to go down the street, down the thing, the mama to use the bathroom. And, oh, that was a time. That was a time.
You know,
But God brought us through it.
them houses was made similar to one another over there on Lincoln. Because that house I bought, the next block up there, the basement was made similar to the basement we had over there. Half of it was dirt, you know, the back part was dirt, and the downspouts and everything was similar. But you know, a lot of people don't know what all we did early on. Early on, a lot of the people dead and gone wouldn't know what we did. You know, church work and all that stuff. Because, boy, when I first got in there, me and Brother Howell, we used to go around to people's house and we would help fix windows. And like this time of year, we'd go and put plaster, we'd go put, get them some sort of heater and put in there for the electric. If it wasn't, we'd put some other gas heater or oil heater or something in the house, and we put window panes in. We got people that brought them to church, and we did so many things. Then we used to work and clean up things at the church. We would clean rooms out and transfer furniture from one place to another. We help people to move. Sister Payne was one, Sister Word first. Henrietta and I early on we decided we was going to help somebody, Christmas, somebody in need, some way. And so we had made up our mind we were going to do it. So I think about 2 or 3 or 4 Christmas in a row, we used to give her like $50 to help the children. And so one time that she was out of the house, she couldn't get no thing. I went out, along with Henrietta, because that was her friend, and I went out, and she needed a place to stay, and she didn't have a regular husband, wasn't doing right, so I signed for her to get a house, for a place. I signed for her to get a place, and she got it. Then I went out and put glass in the door and glass in the windows, and helped her to have it secured. And then later on, one time I went, after that, I believe before then, we went out to their house to see how they were doing, and it was cold. It was colder than this one, frozen. And we went in the house, and she was sitting on the couch. Didn't have no heat.
She had a big armchair.
Yeah, she had them children, 2 children on each side of her, keeping her warm with her body. She didn't have no heat in the house, and we did something other to help her in some way that way.
We brought over Joshua. Joshua had room for her, but Joshua couldn't feed him. So she come over our house and ate and stayed.
We helped him and things like that, and then we helped. We helped a lot of different people. You can't think of to get them started. I helped them through hard shifts and things. But that was, like you said, this is your life. That's what we did.
And people always thought we had a lot of money.
Yeah, just kept our head above the water. Because you see, we learned early that if you do all you can to keep the head above the water, the rest part of the body will survive. So we kept our head up. We kept our clothes clean, kept our head up, kept the children clean. But people thought we was with the Dillons. They said the Dillons had good money. The Dillons and who else was that? They used to say y'all was with the Dillons. Shoot, we just able to keep our head up and use what we had. That's why I learned that word well. Use what you got. That's a thing of working anywhere if you do it and do it right. Use what you got, cause normally you got what it takes, but you don't know it. And anything that you're trying to do, you got it one way or the other. Like now, what I really like to do by the deacon board at Lively Stone, that come to me early on, because I didn't feel that I was really the one. I always felt somebody I had preferred before me. But all of them, something happened to them. Some left the church, some died, some backslid, and they just wasn't the one. And so, but I know I didn't have the education a lot of them had college degrees, some had them. But then they come to say, but it wasn't their job, it's your job to get it done. And so then I said, well, I was thinking until they come to me, use what you got. So I had people know how to do all the things that need to be done. Just use them. Let them do it. But see, my job was getting the job done. Use them. And so everybody seemed to like to do what they know how to do best. And they got credit for it. There's a good spokesman. There's a good business person. There's a good at with programs. They're good. They all these different things, making these main speeches and things. But I still do it. Use what I got. Use the ones in the place where they do best, and that's as long as we got to go in the same way. That works when you do it like that. But I had one person at the Brotherhood meeting say, I just count myself as one of the members, So the guy said, "What were you?" So you were. I said, "Well," I said, that Brotherhood got a president over there. I said, I'm really the deacon, president of the deacon board. I said, but I come when I can. I said, what y'all doing it? He said, but you know one thing? So your presence means a lot. I was trying to see now, did he mean what he said? He said, your presence, if you be there, your presence mean a lot. And I said, boy, now sometimes you got to listen to somebody and see what they talking about. But he seemed to have been sincere about it. You know, then I think about sometimes if you may be just somebody could take a lot. They know you because you could take a lot.
Well, the Bible says older men is the powerful.
And it may be somebody that's slow to speak that they notice. But it's usually something. It's usually something.
What do you say years down the road, people talk about your opinion and after you say you're gone, how would you like to be remembered? What they think of you, they talk about you.
Well, you always are the person that's give them a chance. That's my what you call it. Just give them a chance. And always somebody looking out for him and somebody. Always somebody prefer others over. You know, it's not a selfish thing. Sometimes I might say things because it's been langling around a long time. Maybe I can talk to somebody. But somebody told me something. Oh, Ella Johnson told me the same thing, you know, but when you got a job to do and you do it the best you know how and it seems to be working, I feel that that's the road you're supposed to go down. You're supposed to back up and go down another road. That's the way it. Now, Ella Johnson told me, I know he told them brother too, that even like this church thing, that we should be there. But now, I look at it, I'm just another person, you know. If I miss, he said, no. Say, I pay your way. Didn't he tell us that one time? So he feels so strong in this, but I said, he'll pay our way to be there. But that's called how people look at you, you know. So sometimes they look at you the way they think you got a position where you could help somebody else. It don't be so much that it's going to help you, but to help somebody else. To help somebody else. So and rather than did so much in helping people, that that's what they should know up for. Somebody always out to help somebody. Always out. And rather than give away my little money, I get it to her. she didn't give it to somebody because she was led. And then again, if she's led to do it, and I've given it to her for what she want to do, she's doing it. So we feel we've been blessed. So that's one thing.
We have really been blessed, and blessed all because neither one of us had any family life, you know, like family togetherness, love, and then we didn't need one of that. He didn't have a daddy to see him grow up and be the head of the family and show love or working, and then I had him, but it was so much confusion in my family until I didn't know. You couldn't go to nobody and talk to nobody about nothing. And then you live so far from other people, like in the chambers of here, it was so far and nobody you could get close to. So I was just raised, I just got grown, I just grew up. You know, I didn't have nobody, I never remember my people ever hugging me or patting me on the back. It was all work, and you never could seem to do enough work. And I know a lot of time I would, they'd even concerned. I would work so hard till I'd be too dirty to get into bed at night. So I'd lay down on the floor, body bed. And dirt and dust and stuff way up to my knees. And I just get up the next morning and go right on back to work. And I don't think they even noticed I wasn't taking a bath. I wasn't clean or nothing, but just getting that work done. And to grow up, and God blessed us with a family even in my affliction, I can thank God for what He did for me because then he get married. I said, I'd never marry. That was a thing, I guess. I never marry. I never, boys was far around, but the boys went, they had bicycles, they walked and they going, but girls were so far apart, and I just didn't see nothing in life about marriage that I wanted a part of, but yet I married, and God has brought us this far, and come on up, and God even granted us a long life to look like to make up for some of the things that come, and then you all to come up, neither one of you been in any bad trouble or in jail or this and that. And I didn't know how to teach, I didn't know how to love, I didn't know, but it's just things I know I did want. And I didn't want a lot of profanity used in the house, I didn't want, because that's what I came up on. Naming one another out of these names, and just arguing, and it just all went work. And I had to work. Loretta said I worked there. But, and I did. I worked, y'all. I know I had y'all doing a lot of other people out playing, and I had y'all doing something or trying to do something. And, but I thank God for it, and I feel that loving my family and we're together in the way y'all care and do about us and care for us. It brings tears to my eyes a lot of time. I get to thinking about it, and but it brings joy to my heart too. It be tears of joy that how God has blessed. And I remember I think you was put in to think whatever you did, you was modeling in life for the rest of the children. And I know you made a lot of sacrifice trying to do things to help the rest of the children grow up to make a family as we made. But Philip and Eddie didn't care about that. Eddie wanted to do his way. Eddie did all things that he could, but he won't admit it. But I love him. He grew up, and I'm proud of him. But now, you never did, when Daddy was gone, to try to get me to do something that you know that Daddy didn't want you to do. You never did worry me to let you do something, but Eddie always, he want me to let him go somewhere or do something that he know Daddy didn't want him to do.
That thing going on tape.
Hello. Oh.
Question, but like if Mama happened to go before you, would you want to stay here in this house?
Would I want to stay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as I could, I think I would. I don't think I'm that. Yeah, I wouldn't be.
Yeah, well, I tell you, when you do go to sleep, a lot of times you forget about yourself.
She's different. No, I think I'm strong enough to do. You never know, Mm-hmm. You ask me the question. Yeah, this is home. This is life. This is I. And as long as that question you asked me, what did you say? How did you say? One thing, I don't have too much more to offer. When I said let the life that I live speak for me, that's it. Let the life that I live speak for me.
Yeah.
See, I come away, I didn't have no father. I saw my grandfather abused bad, and I didn't have nobody to go to tell the story. Mama was the only one, but she she was one that she had said a few things, and she wouldn't want to sit and listen because I guess she wasn't taught to do that, you know. But yeah, I think life have to go on. I think you have to do what you can, but then it's time to go. You know, like we get where your mind get bad and you can't think for yourself, and you're going to wonder. That's when I think I want you to speak for me. You to speak for me, not. You know, you got to have somebody. You can't just say all of them speak for you. But I said, I would want you to speak for me because I feel you've been close enough with me. You know enough about and over your life, lifetime. If I see you was always concerned about us. You've never been worried regardless of what kind of thing you went through. You always were concerned about us. So I don't feel it'll change after this late date. So that's what I just feel that whatever you think is right for us after we get through, I just feel that's the way it should go. That's my word, and I hope it reads on that.
My daddy died at 59.
Reading I'm saying that,
sister died at
I didn't have a lot somebody to tell me, like what we talk about now. I ain't had nobody I could talk to about nothing, because I was a hard person. I coming away where I didn't get no family counseling. I didn't get no nothing to brief you on, tell you could make it. I didn't have nobody to give you, had nothing to give you because you didn't have nothing to give you. And so that's the reason early on I just said I want a chance, give me a chance, you know, to come from where. See now, one thing, I guess this is a minor thing, but one thing early on, what I really desired when I was about 16, 15, I used to have to eat, and it'd be so hot. Your food was too hot to eat. I said if ever I could get to where I have me a cool kitchen to eat in, I would get something cool where I could eat my food to eat. I had that in mind. I didn't know nothing about what all that, but I know that's what I wanted. And I came on down, I got one place, we had a fan. We had a fan that in the house. Then later on we got to where we had a window fan in the house. And later on we got to where we had a little window air conditioner that helped out some. And later on we got a bigger air conditioner. When we got over there at the stove, we had air conditioner in the stove, and they had one in the room. Well, that was cool in some places where, but then until I got over here, I had the whole house cool. The house, the basement, or wherever you go in and out. That helped me to some things that I wanted early. I got to that point. If I didn't get no further, I got to there. And like now, the house, I really said I tried to pay my electric bill and my gas bill.
Yeah, they had read a bit of snow, but I had it by my
I'd go downstairs and come upstairs, go in the bathroom, cooking. See, we used to have that all the time. A long time we didn't have. We used to have the fan, you know, heater while in fan, or you would go out and sit on the sheet. Flies was there, you had to put fan flies. But we went through that. So we know what it's like to be thankful on this side. So these some of the things. But Mama, you know, let me tell you something. All the way back, Mama been on me to do the big things. And she'd take care of the kitchen, she'd take care of the children, she'd take care of all the things like letters and cards and things. She'd take care of the house. She would do the washing, she would do the cooking, she would iron. I never had to wash. I never had to. Well, I did a little bit in the hospital. I learned. Never had to iron. But when I got to where I could buy the things she needed to work with. But for her to take care of bills and all that, she always, I talked to her, she would give me the okay to go ahead and do it. And things work. And they work. So we never had a split that. I'm spending the money wrong.
Yeah, somebody's telling me something on the phone. I call you right back here at home.
That she don't have no problem. Whatever I spend, whatever I like for the car or for the house or for whatever I think is right to do. Like, we'll never have no problem with one another. Like, oh, you doing that, you doing that. And we never had none like what I was doing for her family, my family.
Yeah.
She always was a sensible person that we is the one that count. We two the one that count. So I didn't have that to worry about. So I guess some people would have that. That's a little different, but I can't be the one to tell you what it feels like to have a person against you when you're trying to do.
No.
Saying you ain't spending your money right, you ain't doing it. I never did that.
Yeah, well,
I never did that. And so that's some of the things we feel now. What I want to do more now is to find out all the little things that
well, how many children you got?
we own. I want to make sure it's clear that your name would be, or you have the power to handle it after that one. Anything that I have to go back and do and find out, that's what I'm trying to do. Because, see, some things you automatically would be in control of. Some things it may not, you know. So the little bank accounts and the little saving thing, I want to make sure your name would be the one to keep it going if you're going to keep it going. Or to take it and put it in use. Now, like the car, already got that like that. If something happens, you either take over the payment or pay it off, take it or whatever. That's already now. The only thing that's hanging now, and I hate to go back and mess with it, is about, it said in the thing about that house over there is beyond the jail's name now.